Down, 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 James. Down, 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 James.
Like,
This is funny shit. The pre-show, how
come into a
afraid.
recording, he was like, man, I said I was gonna do your podcast. I didn't say y'all could.
My nigga, if you come over here and be like, yeah, stop recording.
You know what I'm saying? That this ain't Moat, nigga. Jay Prince come in and say turn the cameras off. You turn them off.
We just gonna have to talk about the conversation on the next podcast. Like, hey man, we talked to the nigga, you know what I'm saying? With the little recap.
So who mine was playing tricks on who? Was it?
Yeah, he said that was his idea.
Right. So you was a nigga tweaking on Halloween? What happened, bro?
I think he was Scarface's part of some shit. He rapped on "Damn It Feel Good to Be a Gangster."
Yeah, he did, bro. What's the difference between Freaknik pussy and COVID pussy?
That's a question for Jay Prince, or that's a question for
One of them smell like
You said what?
One of them smell like FUBU.
One of them smell like FUBU.
How can you smell like FUBU?
Hey man, this is
What
quarantine
FUBU
pussy
smell
like
Hey.
FUBU too.
Hey, Tyler has told us about his Carl Kanai. He know about how FUBU smell. That nigga probably
FUBU
got
smell like lottery scratch outs and Black and Miles, nigga. I promise
Y'all see it? Hey yo, it was the chick went viral talking to a white lady like, I'll beat your ass. And the dude stepped in front of her and she was like, you better get it because I'll beat your ass. If you ain't, I don't know if y'all seen it or not, but the black lady had on a Carl Kanai goddamn jumper, man. It was like the same.
They got coats on or something in each other's face.
I don't
black-
know what
black
happened.
coat.
It's in Walmart. Yeah, it's a black lady with a mask on and a white lady across from her. And it's a tall ass dude from Walmart stepping between them. And she was like, you ain't gonna keep whooping her ass.
Yeah, somebody tagged her. Hey,
There we
Was
go.
Was it
It's
your
happening.
same purple one?
it's happening.
There
We
we
got
go.
him in here.
There you go.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Hey,
sir.
How y'all doing, bro?
What's
How you
happening?
doing?
How you doing, OG?
OG in the
yeah.
building.
Yeah.
You got the Skyline City view. Where you at?
Oh, I'm at the crib. I'm at the penthouse.
Which
Okay.
one?
Yeah, I'm in H-Town.
Oh, okay. You in the-
Man, I just left Houston.
Are y'all locked down?
Not really. Not
Okay.
really.
Kind of like Atlanta.
Yeah,
Yeah, y'all do
exactly.
the hookah spots is still jumping in Houston.
Yeah, I just left Atlanta.
Oh yeah,
Hey, man.
We open.
Yeah, the ball out there.
Yes, sir.
They appreciate you tapping in, man. Shout out to Julia Beverly, man, putting this play together. OG in the building, man. Jesus, this is hard.
Go ahead, kick it off. Come on.
More than
before you
Cultr
kick
is
it
the
off,
brand.
though, before you kick it off, man, Ronnie, you really look like a truck driver. With
I
that.
thought I looked like a pilot.
No,
Actually,
he looked like a pilot, bro.
I thought I looked like a pilot of like a Cadillac Airlines. You know what I'm saying? Pull the
Soul plane.
it's Thole plane tonight. We on H-Town time. This is a plane with a trunk on it. You got a plane with a
y'all
fifth wheel.
what part of the world y'all in?
We in Atlanta.
We in
Atlanta.
GA, baby.
Just
Y'all
missed your big
Damn,
dog.
You was
I could have came that live.
You was right by our studio. 85 South is 1 hour over from our studio.
Is that right?
That's right.
And we was at the same time too. That's amazing.
We was there at the same exact time.
Next time you come down, we're gonna get you in the studio.
Yeah, you got
Hey man, your company's raised this whole group, so we appreciate you, bro.
Right.
Hey man, appreciate y'all, man.
You got the merch on? You got the 85 South merch on?
Yeah. The homies hooked me up.
That's hard.
Yes, sir.
We gotta send you some More Than Culture. We gotta send you some of our merch.
Yeah, what it say?
It says More Than Culture. That's the name of the show.
Yeah, I got you.
Then I got the Blessed AF for you when you get on your jet for real with this on. It's over.
Yeah.
It's a
Because
wrap.
we know you got 6 of them.
Yeah. Hook me up and I'm gonna bust it.
Hey.
Sir.
Hey
Right,
man,
here
let me
we-
tell you something. Jay Prince, brother, OG Jay Prince, you need to create a dictionary, brother. You got so many cool ass sayings, so many cool ass words. I just think the younger generation needs to, and you know what I mean, digest it a little bit.
Like that, huh?
You feel me? Just like that.
I got you.
All right, Kamal.
All right, well, More Than Culture is the brand. This is the More Than Culture show. Kamal, the secret genius.
Reemo Rock.
The Chronicles.
This your pilot, Ronnie Jordan, speaking. More Than Culture Airlines. Hop aboard.
Yes, indeed. So who set it up? Ronnie Jordan.
Yeah, man, this is one of the OGs, man. This is the introduction to this man. I remember when I was 8 years old, my cousin playing Damn It Feels Good to Be a Gangster.
Come on, man.
In her, you know what I'm saying? She had a Chevy, you know what I mean? We in Birmingham riding, and I'm like, who is this dude telling me how to be a better black man? I had to be like 8. Like, I was like, this is hard. And then I remember seeing it in the Office Space. They brought it back out with the white boy rapping your lyrics, and you brought out some of the most influential groups. You was the first on the independent stuff. That's one of the reasons why we independent, because you started out independent, black on, breaking just nothing but groundbreaking acts. You know, one of our favorites, Ghetto Boys, UGK. You know what I'm saying? Devin the Dude is one of my favorite rappers of all time. You know, list goes on and on. We got the owner, founder, creator, brilliant mind of this generation, Rap-A-Lot's own Jay Prince on More Than Culture. We got Jay Prince in the culture.
Oh yeah. How y'all doing, bro?
Hey man, you give the world so much game, man. Like how does that feel that everybody is like, Jay Prince, can we touch the hem of your garment?
No, man. I ain't nowhere near as close to that, man. But hey, you know what? It's a blessing to be amongst the land of the living and to be able to share, man.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
So I gotta. We try not to ask questions that everybody asks. I know you've been on the run, but I gotta ask questions probably about your book and just being a writer. I'm a writer myself, but I haven't written a book. Can you talk about just like the process of even doing that? Because people don't understand how hard that is.
Man, you know, I don't really consider it super hard, but I do I realized it was a process, and I think the most challenging parts was, you know, places I had to go back to that I really thought I had healed from. You know what I mean? Like, like different things that I wrote. You know what I mean, about loved ones that's then left. You know, going into like this house that the last place I saw my sister when I was like 11 years old. To go in those rooms and those places, man, was, you know, just mentally going back to a whole lot and being able to like, it gave me a whole new perspective of how blessed I am. You know what I mean? Because when you like reflect, when you sit down and reflect on where you came from to where you are right now, it gives you just a whole different appreciation about life in general, man.
Yeah.
Wow, that is awesome.
I mean, a lot of people feel like you have to give up something in this lifestyle to get to that next level. Do you feel like that way? Like you say, like going back, reminiscing, seeing different things that you've experienced, you've lost, you've gained. Like, do you feel like getting into this industry, there's something you must sacrifice?
Oh, most definitely. Most definitely. You know what I mean? That's why, you know, in my book, I was encouraging, you know, a lot of street homies that's in bondage and like, you know, crime or, you know, even if you're not in bondage, even if it's not crime, whatever it may be, you know, it's important to, you know, to make those transitions and be willing to sacrifice, you know, whatever that may be to graduate and go to different levels in life. And where the entertainment industry was concerned, you know, as you all may know, you know, it's a business that will check your nut bag to the extent where if you ain't real about it, then it'll run you off.
I'm telling you.
Boy, come on now.
Nut bag be flat.
Nut bag empty as hell, boy. You ain't got nothing in the bubbles. Nut bag empty. Bring back nut bag, please.
That's what I'm saying. That dictionary gonna be dope.
Yeah.
I got a question about because we all know your other ventures. Is you got a farm, you got cattle, you got boxing, you're a promoter. Do you ever invest, or do you have any entity for comedians that are, especially in Houston? Like y'all got Ali Sadiq, y'all got Billy Sorrells, y'all got Sidney Castillo. We got some of our homeboys is from Houston. They go to other places and get the love, but they kind of get frustrated about like their hometown not kind of embracing them. But they do though. They do events and people come out, but it's more like they representing. You know what I'm saying? Do you got any comedy ties?
Yeah. You know, I remember we was talking about starting Laugh a Lot. At one time.
Oh, man.
You know what I mean?
That's
I
hard.
saw the chain. I can see the chain.
Bro,
Laugh a lot.
please, bro.
Yeah. Who don't like to laugh? You know what
Come
I mean?
on.
Yeah.
Especially a lot.
Laugh a lot, man. Come on, man. That's like, who's your favorite comedian? Like, what do you like to watch, or like, when does Jay Prince before the lockdown? Like, who would you go? Who gets you out of the house to the Improv in Houston?
Man, you know, I got some of the in the Improv. I hadn't been there in a minute. I think the last time I went was Lil Duval had came to town.
Shout out to Duval. Yes, sir.
I got a homie. I go to the blocks in the hood, right? I got a homie. I have a few homies that can really like cap, like raw cap. But I got one named BW, man, that's, you know, a naturalist, man. I put him up against anybody just off the dome. You know
maybe that's the TV show we do. We just get a dude off the street versus a professional comedian.
Now that would be
see what
dope.
it is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What's happening? We toe to toe. Let's roast.
Great idea. Great idea.
Metal detectors, though. Gotta have metal detectors. A nigga named BW gonna do some work if you beat him. That's all I'm trying to
tell you.
The
He gonna
caveat,
bring weapons.
the caveat to the show is y'all are in a boxing ring. Y'all got your gloves on already. So if you feel away, leave it right here.
Hey, so you know, obviously, you know, a legend in many different areas, and there's a lot of different legends about you. Can you tell us, what do you think is maybe one of the craziest stories you ever heard about yourself? Because, you know, everybody heard a bunch of different stories. What's one you heard that was like, oh, come on now. I ain't.
Man, you know, a crazy story I heard was from DJ Screw. You know what I mean? DJ Screw, you know, he's from Houston. He's the creator of the Screw music and everything.
Right.
And you know, he and I, you know, of course, we both, you know, in H-Town, but I hadn't met the brother, you know, for quite a while, and I finally had a time to meet him, and you know, he just had this stare at me where he was just like, you know, like staring. Of course, we know he drank syrup or whatnot, but this wasn't a syrup stare. And I looked at Screw, you know, I say, homie, what's on your mind, man? Why you looking like that, man? He say, man, you ain't nothing like people say you are, man. I said, what you mean, bro? He said, you ain't nothing like people say you are, man. Do you know that I've been sending you that money or whatever? I'm like, what money, man? What you talking about? Long story short, another artist in H-Town was extorting Screw in my name, man.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
Yeah, man. So that was surprising. You know, I had no idea if no shit like that was taking place.
That's the most boss shit ever. I ain't never heard nobody extorting somebody by mistake a little bit.
A third party extortion is crazy.
Yeah, man.
You buddy pass extortion
on somebody else's behalf without their permission. That's third party extortion.
I'm pretty sure it was not worth it. Whatever the hell he was extorting after he found out, I'm sure it was not worth it.
Yeah.
Hey homie, look. Do you have the Prince's money?
Right.
Right. But this DJ Screw, now he's not no regular dude. He one of the biggest people in the city. Like that's a ballsy thing. Like I don't. So I got a question about like your legacy. Your sons, man, are just taking the industry over anyway. Like your sons. Jazz Prince and Jay Prince Jr. Funny story, I did a show in Houston, Bill Bellamy. I'm on show Bill Bellamy, Ali Sadiq. And I'm already, like I read a lot of blogs. I read about how Drake got discovered by one of Jay Prince's son. I'm thinking, I only thought it was one son. I thought it was just Jazz Prince, right?
Yeah.
I'm in the crowd. I'm ripping the show. I'm like, my dog Jazz Prince in the house.
Yeah.
To the green room. It's not Jazz Prince. He give me a dab. He's like, dog, you funny as hell. Pulled me close, and I'm like, he's like, that's my brother, homie. I'm J. Prince Jr. Don't
Yes,
call me
sir.
that again. But you ready to drink? You ready to smoke? I'm like, yeah, man. You know, I ain't know.
Yeah.
I'm big. He snatched me. I was like, ooh, bitch. But we kicked it all night after that. We went to, he took me out after that. It was dope. So your sons,
Yeah,
how do you
you're
build
right.
a legacy? How do you build that legacy up?
Oh man, you just you be an example before them. You know what I mean? And I tell everybody, more is caught than taught. You know, when your kids are watching you, then they're gonna go by what you do more so than what you say. So don't have no mixed messages where they're concerned, and they won't get mixed up. So they've been able to watch the truth, and it ain't no excuse for them to be nothing other than the truth.
You just explain why my son eats salad and still go get ice cream after while looking me in the face.
So I know we've been watching the verses. I know a lot of people are asking you about, who Drake should go against, but I got one. I got a different one. I want to know who you think, Scarface should go against.
Yeah, much better.
Oh man,
Face mob.
yeah.
Brad
I
Jordan.
don't know. I hadn't thought about that because I think he should go against somebody that can tell stories. You know what I mean? It need to be like you have two type of hits. You got one that'll crank you up and you be on the emotional heighteness, and then you have that other hit that'll make you think. And I think if Scarface is doing a verses, it need to be with somebody that mentally make you go there, with a dope story.
That's a good perspective because that's probably why Drake is so crazy, because he does both. Like he tells a story in the song, but the song be jamming to the 10.
Yeah. He tell a story, but Face gonna tell that gangster story, and I think it need to be a person that can like take you there and take your emotions down that gangster ride, and memories or something.
Yeah.
Is it Snoop? Is it Snoop
Jay,
again?
Snoop definitely can tell some good stories as well, but Snoop done already been there, right?
Yeah. I'm like, who's on the caliber though? It's like that's the toppest tier of the top tier of MCs. That's like KRS-One. You know what I'm saying? Like that's up there. As far as foundation goes.
I don't think Scarface versus Nas is a bad battle.
Yeah.
Scarface
versus Nas. It might be nice.
He will clean that syrup.
Hey,
Hey, when Mary dropped, when Mary, boy.
So can you tell us, speaking of Scarface, can you tell us a little bit about, I guess, the formation of the Ghetto Boys?
Oh yeah, of course. The Ghetto Boys would. I shopped Houston inside out, man, and I went and tapped in.
You went out.
Oh, is he on mute?
He went out.
We
He went out. We lost you, Jay.
Oh no.
Oh no, the audio went out.
Hold on 1 second.
We can't hear you.
We can't hear you. Somebody must be trying to call his phone if you're on an iPhone.
Can you hear me now?
Oh, there we go.
There we go.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
There we go. We lost you.
Okay. Yeah, I was saying I had shopped Houston inside out, and I came up with Bushwick Bill, Scarface, and Ghetto Boys, 3 individuals that didn't know one another, but they was feeling the vision I wanted to go in, and I just got rid of a group of Ghetto Boys that told me I was too deep because I was writing with them, and I had tried everybody else's idea. You know what I mean? So I'm like, well, I see what y'all trying to do, but don't nobody want that talker toy. You know what I mean?
That fake, man. That play.
Yeah. Easy bake oven. So I had to get with the real, and they could relate to the stories and different things that I wanted to write. I could relate to them, and there it was. That was the foundation of the Ghetto Boys y'all familiar with.
So did someone like bring them to you, or like tell you about them, or did you actually go and physically see them at a place performing?
Oh yeah. Well, with Willie D, I had saw him in a club a few times, but my barber was definitely campaigning for him. Scarface. After I got out of club one night, I heard him and Beto playing the music in the car. I just kind of walked right up on him and snatched him up.
Wow.
And Bushwick, I also met in a club. So
Rest
yeah,
in
it was in
peace.
the street.
Wow.
Yeah.
Organic.
If you don't mind, could you talk about being a visionary? Because you can't go to school to be a visionary. You can't even apply to be a visionary, but you have to have some type of drive or some type of thing inside of you. So like to the visionary of you, like what do you get? What do you get your vision?
Inspiration.
Inspiration.
Yeah, no, I think that is something. Being a visionary, where I'm concerned, is like a intuitive thing. You know what I mean? I think a lot of that come from up above. I'm an intuitive person, and even more important is to be able to tap into that gift. Like a lot of people have that gift, and if you don't tap into it and you don't know how to nourish it, your discernment, your intuitiveness, then it can get lost in the sauce. So you'll be one of them individuals that won't stand on what you believe in. You know what I mean? So that's a real important piece right there of you becoming, who you're gonna become. But like in retrospect, when I think about that, my vision, everybody was trying to punch holes in my balloon. You know what I mean? Even in my own household.
Ooh,
You know what I mean?
talk about that, Jay. Talk your
Yeah.
shit, OG.
Yeah.
What?
You know what I mean? Like a lot of discouraging shit all around you from everywhere, places you wouldn't believe it would come from. So you have to stand on that shit that you have a vision on. You know what I mean? Like even when I think about Drake, for example, when my son brought me Drake, I'm glad that I put the right ingredients in him, because I tried to discourage him where Drake was concerned. So think if he was weak and he had been taught to, not stand on what he believed in, then he would have walked away from one of the biggest artists that we had today.
Wow.
What was the reason? What was the reason that you wanted them? My bad, Ronnie. The reason that you probably didn't want them to work with him?
Because I couldn't hear what he heard. People couldn't see what I saw. People didn't believe what I believed. They couldn't see what you know what I mean? Some of the same shit, a different toilet. But, he stood on it. He like, trust me on this one, Dad. This the new sound.
That's dope. That's dope. Could you talk about the beat for My Mind's Playing Tricks on Me? How did y'all pick the samples? I know you were involved with the writing process, but that song came out when I was in 7th grade, and the tuba section would play the boom, 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 boom. Like that song is the perfect beat and the perfect rhymes over the perfect beat. Like that's the Halloween theme song. You know what I'm saying? Like, how did y'all put that puzzle together?
Well, of course, that beat, was a sample. I forgot, the Isaac Hayes, I think.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because when we got that song, they wouldn't give us the right to that sample. They told me I couldn't use it. I ignored everything they said. Think it would have been.
Goddamn right.
You know what I mean? This is so important, even where like a lot of independents and different people are concerned. Think if I would have been obedient where they was concerned and just walked away from that song, man.
Come on.
They wouldn't give me the green light.
Here.
So I took the green light. I put it out there anyway. And of course, I had to pay for it, but I didn't mind paying for it in the beginning. You know what I mean? I just didn't want to hear no where it was concerned.
Man, the beat selection. Like, could you talk about how underrated Devin the Dude is? Like, all of us on this Zoom, like I've hosted a couple of his shows, but he has like a Willie Nelson cult following.
Yeah.
Like,
even before Devin came out of a group by the name of Art Squad.
The Art Squad, yep.
Yeah, and I really feel if it's one group I feel, man, that was really before their time, it was the Art Squad. That was a group that I felt should have been so much bigger than what they were, because they producer was Blind Rob. He was a blind guy.
He
You know
comes
what
to
I
the
mean?
show with him now. He walks
He can
out with a
sing.
blind.
Yeah.
He walk out with a
Yeah,
blind
Man.
dude right now, and he walks
yeah,
behind the blind dude walk behind Devin rapping to the
yeah.
stage.
Oh
Yeah,
man.
Pandemonium.
me and Reemo saw them at the Five Spot in Atlanta a couple years ago, and that show was amazing.
Yeah,
Yep,
Talk
I went
about
to that too.
yeah. They was always like a comedian rapper, man.
Richard Pryor.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what it like. Am is better than Nam is one of the best songs
yeah,
ever made. Period. Like is anything. I'm sorry.
anything. Yeah,
Yeah, that is.
yeah,
that thing is
yeah.
plenty.
Devin got some
Yeah.
anthems,
And
man.
right now,
Yeah.
I listen to that every time I get on a plane. Like I
I like that for sure.
looking over your for sure pussy, trying to get some more
Oh,
pussy. You'll end up with no pussy.
No pussy.
That's how I stay married, Jay Prince. Devin the dude made me weigh things out while the weed was in rotation.
Yeah.
Like y'all put the medicine, the sugar with the medicine perfectly, bro. Was that a prerequisite for Rap A Lot, like to be saying something?
Yeah, no, most definitely. You know what I mean? I let them do their thing, man, whatever they was feeling.
Hey, Jay, Brotha Prince, Bishop J Prince. So we're from Atlanta, except Tyler, but we all grew up, even with Tyler, grew up on Dungeon Family, and a lot of people skip over Rap A Lot's influence on even the Dungeon Family, like being able to speak about the spiritual things as well as the streets. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, do you guys take credit for that at all? Like, I give you credit if you don't, but
Yeah. You know, man, you know, we don't necessarily take credit for a lot of things, you know, because it wasn't really about the credit where we was concerned. We was just planting seeds, you know what I mean, real seeds. And you know, I see a lot of credit be taken in places that it may not be taken in, but you know, it's all good.
and you speak up for it, bro. I appreciate you speaking up for it and putting these young niggas in check, because we need OGs. It's no OGs trying to raise their hand like, nah, bro, that shit wrong. We need to sit down, and if we don't sit down, then you know we just gonna see. Yeah, we ain't gonna talk about the rest.
And you can see what's happening, especially in the industry now. You know, all these young rap kids with all this talent, and they're getting gunned down by each other, like in the street. Like,
No order. It's no order. It looks like it's no order.
yeah.
Absolutely. No structure, no order. And a lot of them don't even know how to protect their own ass. You know what I mean? They don't even know how to put value on their own ass. They don't understand the structure, you know, and there is a structure with how you should move and different things. You know, you see people put value on a whole lot of things and don't put value on your own ass, your own life.
Damn. I'm gonna put that in my my weight loss alarm, my walk alarm.
Put some value in your ass.
Put some value in your ass and move that motherfucker.
That's the name of this episode for
Put
sure.
some value in your ass.
On your ass.
On your ass.
Value
Yes.
on your ass.
On
Yeah.
your ass.
I got a question because UGK is one of my favorite groups of all time. It's like UGK, Outkast. It depends on what day it is. I'm listening to either one every single day. And Pimp C is like a big influential person on me. I feel like he doesn't get his credit. I know everybody gives him the credit, but it seems like he made up a lot of the stuff we're doing right now in music. As far like Drake is Pimp C to me. Like he embodies a lot of the Pimp C stuff, minus the street pass. Like Pimp C was singing, playing the organ, and
Producing.
it's amazing. He put the church in the music to me.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I agree with that. And Drake acknowledged that, you know what I mean? He stole a whole lot of game from and was influenced from the South. So, you know, he get it up. He salute to that.
Hey man, you led by example because he with his statement. I remember when Atlanta was in turmoil, everybody was going back and forth, and he might have said something, but he came on and was a bigger man and said, "Let's everybody stop chasing these crumbs and get the bread truck." I heard that shit clicked in my mind, and I have been on that mission ever since I heard that. Even early in my career, you can ask anybody. Like my favorite shit is finding somebody nobody fucking with and be like, he funny. Come on. You know what I'm saying? So I just appreciate you leading by example and putting those seeds out in the earth because we get it all. We getting all the stuff you're putting out. I'm just letting you know that.
No, I preach. That's good to hear. You know what I mean? Definitely those that got enough brain on their cranium to receive it. You know what I mean? A lot of fools despise wisdom. So everybody ain't gonna get it. But the ones of us that get it, let's keep that moving, man.
Hey man, we got to definitely come out to Houston to kick it with you. I heard we need to come out to the ranch, man. You got to bring all the comedians out there. We got to do something
Let's do
outside.
it. Shit, I love to laugh because I'm down with laughing any day. Whenever y'all come in the city, just reach out and it's on.
Hey man, Houston is one of the safest places I feel because everybody, all the comedians, they act like you. Like Ali's like I'm not there, but such and such hit him up. He gonna take you here, there. They got whatever you need. Everything's laid out. It's a way to do it. Like the check-in stuff, I got what you were saying. It wasn't like Ronnie got to call Jay Prince. No, Ronnie finna call Ali to protect Ronnie's ass. Just to let the killers know I'm here. Leave him alone.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, real talk. It's a connect thing. You know what I mean? It ain't nothing, and it's a connect and respect. So, and it benefit everybody.
Sir. Man. I know we only have you for a few minutes. I just wanted to ask this. I saw you on Drink Champs. I was watching that episode, and you were mentioning how, the FBI were investigating you and Suge Knight and Irv. And you don't have to talk about that specifically, but I wanted you to speak to, people tell black people to pull themselves up by their bootstraps and, get on top and do that. But people don't understand that when you get on top and you're focused and you're motivated and you have people that, I guess, for lack of a better term, follow what you're doing, you'll have other powers that even come and try to attack you. So can you speak to that?
Yeah, no, that's real talk, you know what I mean? And that has been a challenge throughout my life. You know what I mean? It's almost like you have one challenge when you breaking the law, and then you find yourself having the same challenge when you're trying to, abide in the law. So it's like you have to call them what they are, the devil, right? It's like the devil is busy if you coming up, whether it's wrong or right. You know what I mean? He busy. And all we can do is be on the side of right, you know what I mean? Because I don't encourage nobody to try to make a career, you know what I mean, out of wrong. Anybody that's trying to do that, it's a matter of time before, it's like committing suicide. You keep trying, eventually that's going to take place. But man, it's a challenge. But no weapon formed against us shall prosper. Let's ride.
Amen.
Hey, can I ask you one more thing? Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was going to ask you what's more than culture to Jay Prince? Because our podcast is pretty much, we trying to let people know we are so much more than all the shit that white people steal from us. So I want to know what's more than culture to Jay Prince.
Oh, I feel the same way, man. I'm connected with that same on that same frequency that you on right now. You know what I mean? I just think we definitely got to be about that movement over that moment, man. You know what I mean? The movement is so important to me. You know what I mean? Because the moment, like everybody I saw that got that lost eventually, whether it was short term, long term, whatever the case may be, it was because of the moment way of thinking. So culturally, if we could just unite where that movement is concerned and be like-minded and surround ourselves with like-minded individuals, then we can win.
Awesome.
Definitely. One last question for you, Brother Prince. Speaking to movements, financial literacy is something that we don't talk a lot about in our community. I asked this to KP. If Jay Prince was in 2020 with $10,000 with the same hunger you had back in the 80s, what would you do? What would you invest in? Like, what would be your vision? What would be your goals?
$10,000. If I started off with $10,000, and
your lunch money, what you spend on lunch normally?
$10,000, and do I have the same wisdom I have today? Or
Drop the wisdom on it. Drop the wisdom.
Yeah, your book is out right now. You got your own book out and everything, but you right now with 10 grand.
Okay, well, with this wisdom I have right now, I would take that 10 and do what I'm doing, or do what I have done in the music game. You know what I mean? I know how to make that 10 turn into $1 million, you know, in the music game. If I can give you a few scenarios on where that's concerned, I would take that 10 and get in the boxing world. You know what I mean? I would take that. Yeah, I would take that 10 and play with some real estate. You know, so yeah, definitely those 3 areas. I would play with that 10 in those 3 areas.
Play with that 10, like how though?
Yeah, well, invest it. Like for example, you can create a whole album in the studio with $10,000. I put together a whole Ghetto Boys album for $5,000 or less. So if you know what you're doing, like you know what you're doing, you get a pre-production studio, and it's so many people with studios and different things right now. So all you have to do, like with what I know, I'm gonna go in that studio prepared, and everybody it ain't gonna be no creating in the studio. When we go in there and spend our money, we're gonna go in there strictly to record. So you cut off a major part of the fat just by doing that. You know what I mean? With my wisdom, if I want to go in the boxing world, I understand that I can go into a young man's life and that's real talented and support him before he turned pro, and he'll turn pro with me. You know, so it's a matter of knowing what you're looking at, and then bam, the sky's the limit where he's concerned.
Wow, amazing. He just flipped 10 in 30 seconds. 3 ways.
Three different times, right?
Back to go forward, though. That's how you gotta do it, man.
Hey man, whenever you're ready for that comedy division, that Laugh a Lot Records, we're ready to start it with you.
Yes, sir.
Come down to Houston, you know.
Laugh a Lot comedy.
Laugh a Lot comedy, man. Let's do it.
Yeah, all good.
Kumar, you gonna take us out?
Hey, let's do it.
Yeah, man. So we like to end the shows with a segment we call Secret Genius Life Coach, where I give the people some words of wisdom, get through the week, get to the next episode. I am Kamal, the Secret Genius, and the words of the week are this: if you don't do it, somebody else will, and then nobody will care that you thought of it first. It's the execution that matters. The idea don't mean shit if you do not execute a plan to bring that idea to the world.
Real talk.
So that's all I got. If you don't do it, somebody else will, and then nobody will care.
Yeah, let me add to that too. I like to add one as well with you, bro. It's 2 things we get every day we wake up. That's a chance and a choice. And what you do with the chance that the Creator give you when He wake you up in the morning, evening, or whatever, whenever you get up, what you do with that chance is going to determine your destiny. No, what you do with that chance is on you, but the choices you make is what's going to determine your destination.
Right on.
Wow, thank you, man.
Bro.
We appreciate it. We got in and start talking. This is Tyler, Kamal, Reemo. I'm Ronnie. Thank you for coming on our show. I really appreciate it. Shout out to Julia Beverly. We will definitely look forward to doing more business with you. I saw you tapped in with 85 South. They're my homeboys. And we on the same thing you on, because you taught us that. So we appreciate it, man. This is an honor to have you on the show. All our followers about to go up. The DMs finna go stupid. I appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
Whenever coaches.
Look.
Hey, whenever we're ready to start a church, brother, we here.
More Than Culture is the brand. This is the More Than Culture show. Kamal, the Secret Genius, Tyler Chronicles, Reemo Ride. Kamal, the Secret Genius. Nah, the shit disappearing fucked me up. Kamal, the Secret Genius, Reemo Ride, Tyler Chronicles, Ronnie Jordan, special guest, Jay Prince.
Hey, bro, we just had Jay Prince just kicking shit with us.
That was
Oh,
hard.
That
Shit
shit was
was-
hard as hell.
Hey, Reemo said, "Father God, J Prince, our
Hey, he
savior."
called it something different every time.
I'm
Bishop.
like,
No, because he
I
did
didn't
that
know
because
how to
at first
talk to the
he
nigga.
came in called Jay, and I felt like he realized he was calling him Jay. He was like, no, I don't
Facts,
think I can do
bruh.
that.
Like
Let me
Jay.
call him something else.
Reemo said,
Anointed
anointed, anointed Jazz
Bishop.
Prince's
And then
father.
he said Bishop.